idea which came to me, and when I discussed with my guide, and my guide motivated me to take up this particular area and to further pursue in this particular area. So my interest plus my guide's directions only got me into this title first of all actually. So I should be very honest about this thing. And when it comes to my work actually, though I was having some previous experience, like that was not totally enough for me to pursue a study. So then and there, my guide was there to always guide me to frame my instrument first of all. After finalizing the conceptual framework of my study. So he was the person who said that, Satya, like you need to first of all review what are the materials that are available and just try to find out some research gaps that can be highlighted and that can really be beneficial to these children. So on this count, actually initially we published a paper in the year 2012 actually. It was like a replica of kind of a paper which was done at the Tata Institute of Social Science, which was exactly like a kind of a model research center which was initially framed there for the whole of India. And after I showed my interest towards myself, said, why don't you do this thing with Loyola College? Like at Loyola College also you are having all these kind of technology. So you try a paper with it. But try to be novel in your attempt actually. Try to be novel in your attempt. And he asked me to come into the paper and we published the paper. That was the initial step which we brought into this paper, with this particular idea. Now, as I said, after the paperwork actually, my guide said he asked me to again go for a kind of a full-fledged kind of a conceptual framework framing for the purpose of thesis actually. So first and second DC meetings, I was to some extent conceptualize the basic conceptual framework. However, it was nearly 3 years gone away when we exactly finalized the conceptual framework and we went about the data collection, the first stage actually. Now, after the data collection, I first of all presented the kind of findings to my guide actually, saying that these are the dimensions. My major dimensions of my study was to check the awareness level of the visually challenged students with regards to the ICTs that are available in Tamil Nadu. Because as my title was totally concerned with Tamil Nadu, I thought that okay, first of all let me check out the awareness level of these children towards the ICT hardwares and softwares that are prominently used in Tamil Nadu only. So after that, when we conducted a pilot study, maybe there were certain parameters where I tried to find out what are the kind of specialized softwares and hardwares that are available, and after that, I tried to find out certain institutions which offer this kind of training. So at that stage, my guide clearly said me that when you select a kind of an institution, it needs to be properly a listed institution. A listed institution is nothing but say for example, National Institute of Visually Handicapped is a kind of parent body which comes under the Ministry of Social Justice, and it had took some efforts to list the major agencies or NGOs or training providers which provide these kind of trainings and also other kind of trainings. So that kind of a listing only made me to select the basic level training providers in Tamil Nadu. And out of which I collect majorly into all the agencies or institutions that were exactly present in the list first of all. Because to concretize and very clearly say that these are all listed agencies, because unlisted agencies sometimes they are not doing it very professionally. But when it comes to listed agencies, they to some extent make it a point that the training manuals are given in hand, both in braille and both in printed copies are large prints actually. But unlisted organizations, we cannot blame all, but few unlisted organizations, they just do it from a very basic charity point of view. So that is a kind of a problem which I faced when I went to interview or ask some learnings about the children. They were not that much okay. They said that sir, these people are just giving training, no large prints are given, no braille prints are given. When the training providers are asked, they very simply say that they have come to learn technology, what should I give braille and any other materials actually. But they should, as a social worker, you should exactly feel the point and you should try to act as a bridge between that particular area so that the learning process will be facilitated. So at least with NIVH or at least with this Loyola College or at least with this
few organizations, like they are able to somehow provide the children and equip the children so that the training process in itself is like facilitated easily. So that is one major observation which we had actually. So in this slide, as I said, I was trying to study awareness level of the children before the training or before the arrival of these things. Like what my exact learning or finding was that the awareness level was like a kind of a 60% moderate level of awareness was already there with the kind of existing technologies that are available in Tamil Nadu. However, like there needs to be a lot that needs to be brought into these kind of projects so that the students are more equipped with all the technologies and to some extent they will be able to excel in their academics and like what to say, in academics and also their job profession basically. So this was another thing. And actually, when I was like giving the idea of a variable called satisfaction to assess the satisfaction level or to assess the experience level of the visually impaired or visually challenged children, like my sir, like my guide very clearly said that you make it a point that you are doing the basic level pilot study, see whether all the measurement things are okay, and after that you try to incorporate those particular dimensions or constructs into your original instrument. So that was done, and after that only this my overall instrument was constructed actually. So if it is we see this particular simple picture for all these people who are sitting here, you need to understand that all these visually challenged or visually impaired or the differently abled as whatever you call. Visually impaired is nothing but a scientific term, that's why I am using it. Personally, maybe the kind of thing which we need to use in this particular scenario is that if they are differently abled or whatsoever the government calls actually. But visually impaired persons is the scientific concept or the scientific definition, so that is being used in the thesis. Now, so say for example, screen readers or say kind of note-taking machines or brain converters, brain machines or classroom recording machines, all these kinds of base level items that any student exactly needs in a kind of an academic curriculum, but they are being denied it actually. So that when we were during the Loyola program which was running on, they said that Loyola Resource Center should be a kind of a model resource center for the whole of Tamil Nadu. However, like they are trying to do their best actually by like bringing this to the kind of a public media. Somehow, all the people, all the employers are to some extent aware that okay, these children also can become IAS or these children also can become IFS officers. So that is what I have also kept a mention of two of the people who have accomplished. One was Balanagendran, Mr. Balanagendran, and another was Benno Zafin. Both were from Loyola. During the 2010-11, they were trying to study for the IAS and IFS examination. But at the end of 2016 and 2017, they cleared it and they became successful. They cannot simply deny the fact that technology didn't have any role in their particular accomplishment. It is very clear, it is very evident, everything is documented, even by the way of continuous assessment, examinations and other stuff, that this kind of technology is exactly helping them out to come out of their particular marginalized situation. So just to have kind of a PhD level reviewing part, like I had to review nearly 140 plus references for my study, in which international references were nearly 92 and Indian references was nearly some 53. And once reviewing these materials only, it was ensured that okay, something on expectation, awareness, or satisfaction was not studied then during my period, that is like 13, 14, and 15. So after that only, it was maybe that was kept as a research gap in my research review chapter, and suddenly it was like proceeded. So that is what. So the crux of what is this? Maybe even though all those reviews were there, we finalized it by saying that most of the previous attempts were made to study other aspects of these kind of trainings or visually impairment or the kind of disease or other aspects. However, maybe I concluded in the review chapter saying that whatsoever have been done has not been touching these kind of awareness aspects or satisfaction aspects or expectation aspects of this kind of a study. So this is in a very nutshell, just to have an idea of what are all the things I have studied in my we can call it as a research framework or a conceptual framework actually normally. Now maybe at the top of it, like I have this particular dimension called awareness, checking the awareness of the children of the population. I try to check their awareness based on the softwares, hardwares, the brain technologies, and the knowledge of operations of certain skills which these visually impaired children will have to know basically. So based on those criteria and based on their perceptions recordings actually, we came to a conclusion that okay, nearly some 50 to 60% are moderately aware actually. So what needs to be done to improve their awareness actually? So in order to improve their awareness, what needs to be done is that, as we have always been discussing, these kind of technologies has to be incorporated at a school level itself to some extent actually, at least to some extent. Maybe the practical difficulties may be there, the traditional methods still may be different actually. However, a simple attempt has to be made to bring in technology or technology level inclusion. It is not only enough if we simply speak about inclusion. Inclusion without technology is again making the child simply away from the kind of system. So that is what we are always talking and we are believing also. And when it comes to like the experience part of it, the experience of the children, they are measured based on the kind of a training program and what was the experience exactly they have in that particular training program. Sometimes like the trainers will treat the people properly, children properly. Sometimes they won't go and attend to them because I myself was a trainer for 1.5 years actually. So maybe being a social worker, MSW student, maybe I have a little bit of inclination to go and attend to the child whenever he is calling. But that is not the same case with majority of the places where the instructors or the trainers, they simply sit idly, go you use on your own. All these things are happening actually. But there is no chance for the child to record all these things and show that, okay, this is what is happening in my center. So maybe these kind of measurement things or these kind of instruments, if in case it is being distributed among the children who are undergoing this training, they will feel so good that okay, someone is asking our opinion also. So then only these institutions or these players will try to somehow make it more perfect or to some extent do this. And when it comes to training program based on the mobility, based on the trainer, how the quality of the trainer was, and based on the quality and availability of the resources also, like the experience of the children were recorded basically. Then at the satisfaction level, maybe when we are asking the respondents like how was the conduct and behavior of the trainer, based on these things also, like the instrument was like designed actually. So content and duration, how was the content of the course actually, how was the duration, because in a charity motive, which we consider 2012 to 2015 on a charity basis, many people simply they cropped up and say that we are giving ICT training, just for 1 month actually, just 1 month, 3 months, 1.5 months. We can't imagine how a student from a government school or a blind school actually, he comes to a 1 month program and what kind of a technological difference can that make actually with that particular thing. And also the limited resources that are available. I'm not speaking about this current phase actually. Current phase is seeing a kind of a different change actually because so much is being invested and things are like, we are seeing a kind of a very hopeful thing for the visually challenged children. But I'm speaking about those periods, maybe 2011, 13, 14, where things were not that much okay. And now also, only few players are making this thing very perfectly with all dedication actually. All these kind of management of these units and other stuff, only very few people, handy people, they make the point that this is being done properly with some social consciousness, but not all. Maybe I can simply point nearly 60% of the people in Chennai, they do it just for charity basis. They are not bothered that the children get to learn or are they able to go and incorporate in school. They just need to run some program, just have some photographs. And this spoils the spirit of our thing. So these are the kind of things. Then when it comes to satisfaction, content behavior, content duration, learning of operation, development skills, all these things are addressed actually. And finally, when Sir instructed me, Satya, he said that okay, you are studying all these things, like you also try to record genuinely whether there are any proper expectations with these children, even after giving all these things. Because today, if not in all the educational institutions or not all the universities, at least few proper universities are like having a proper lab facility. Because from nearly from 2000 itself, the Pepson fund was being used properly by all the colleges, at least to have some 5 or 4 computers. But now things are totally have been Please come. Now things have totally changed. Now things have totally changed. But even then, are there any expectations? Please try to record it through this research. So in that method, like, I was trying to interview the children very genuinely, asking them, do they really have any expectations from the government or some NGOs which they are like neighboring players actually, or educational setups, because these are the places where these children go for help actually. They go for an education institution to get their UG, PG or MPhil, PhD degree. So these kind of things. So when these kind of measures were recorded, it was very clear that there is a kind of a lot of expectation from the children from all these government NGOs and education setups and industries. Maybe in the coming years, definitely the government should try to cater to these needs so that to some extent all the children are having all the basic equipments. As my study is confined only to visually challenged children, I wish that at least government is giving a basic required aids actually, which is needed not only in universities, also in all the colleges. That is their right actually, which will exactly have a very good impact on the educational development of the child actually. This is what it mentions. And